The OnlyFans model has him on camera, and it's a screenshot of him sending her $2,000. And what's interesting about the screenshot is she only has $600 in her account. So she's a broke OnlyFans model, and she's not a big time OnlyFans model. And on top of that, she's not really a looker. Does he know what he can get out here with $2,000? I feel like this is a GM's worst nightmare.
At this point in talking about him and his injuries, you know, I just wish the kid would get it together, play a consistent, you know, full season. All the talent is there. You know, it's hard to even, you know, really put your finger on what the exact issue is. He came into shape. He came into the season in shape, probably the best we've seen him since his Duke days. He did everything he was supposed to do. Injuries are a part of the game, but when you have such a history of it, you kind of lose that grace, you know, to where people, you know, will give you an opportunity to come back for or even feel sorry for you. At this point, it's just kind of an eye roll.
Zion Williamson was supposed to be the future of the NBA. He was supposed to be that once-in-a-generation athlete who changed everything. The #1 pick, the Duke superstar. The guy who looked like he was built in a lab. And now, 6 years later, a lot of fans are starting to ask the same uncomfortable question. What actually happened? Because when you really look at Zion's career so far, it feels like we are watching one of the biggest cases of wasted potential in modern basketball. When Zion entered the league in 2019, expectations were sky high. He was the National College Player of the Year. He became a 2-time NBA All-Star. And when he is healthy, he is still one of the most exciting players to watch. But the problem has always been the same. He is almost never healthy. In 6 seasons, he has never completed a full year. This past season, he only played around 30 games. The most he has ever played in a season is 70. And every single year, we hear the same story. Zion is in the best shape of his life. Zion is focused. Zion is locked in. And then a few months later, he is injured again. At some point, fans stop feeling sorry. They just get tired. This season alone, Zion dealt with a hamstring issue and then a grade 2 hip adductor strain that sidelined him indefinitely. Injuries are part of basketball. Everyone understands that. But when injuries become your entire career story, people lose patience. And when you're making superstar money while barely being on the court, frustration naturally grows. Zion is not being judged just as a player anymore. He is being judged as an investment. And that investment has not paid off.
Now that your NBA career is officially, potentially over, that means no money for me equals no money for you.
Hey yo, playing who is the baby daddy online is crazy. You have no shame, and you men, y'all never learn your lesson. This girl named Alyssa Alcantara, who is an adult film star, is playing who is the baby daddy, Cool Maury. This is her, yeah. He posted this picture on Instagram and captured it, "Let's play a game."
Now, on top of the injuries, there's the off-court drama. Zion's first major public situation involved Mariah Mills, who posted messages, payments, and accusations online. Whether people believed her or not, it damaged his reputation. Now, years later, Zion is trending again for another similar situation. This time, it involves an OnlyFans creator named Alyssa Alcantara. She posted, "Who's my baby daddy?" One of the faces shown in the post was Zion Williamson. Shortly after that, screenshots circulated showing a $2,000 transfer allegedly sent by Zion. Once again, Zion's name was trending for everything except basketball. Here is the real problem. It is not about the money. It is not about who he dates. It is about timing and repetition. Zion is injured. His team is struggling. Fans are already frustrated. And now he is involved in another viral online situation. It reinforces the idea that he is not locked in. Even if that perception is unfair, perception still matters. In professional sports, image becomes reality very quickly. Imagine being the general manager who drafted Zion first overall. You built your franchise around him. You trusted his body. You trusted his discipline. You trusted his future. 6 years later, you have a player who is constantly unavailable, constantly under scrutiny, and constantly disappointing expectations. That is every executive's nightmare. Because at some point, talent is not enough. Reliability always matters more. Here's the truth that nobody wants to hear. Leverage only exists while people are willing to tolerate you. Once you become more trouble than you are worth, your leverage disappears. Talent without discipline always loses to discipline with talent. And Zion is slowly becoming the example people point to when they talk about wasted potential. Not because he lacks ability, but because he lacks consistency, accountability, and stability. At the end of the day, Zion's story isn't really about injuries or scandals, it's about choice. Every season, he gets another chance to rewrite the narrative. And every season, the window gets a little smaller. Some players rise when the pressure hits. Others slowly fade while everyone waits for the comeback that never fully comes. Zion is standing right in between those two paths right now. Which one he chooses is completely up to him. And that choice is going to decide how basketball history remembers his name. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll catch you in the next one.